The world have to understand. By the way, good morning, everyone. The world's got to understand that um, we're on this planet, and this planet is what we were given. I know we talk all the time about what nature has and what nature hasn't done and what nature has done for us. But the thing is, what we got to ask ourselves is what have we done for nature and how we serve the person who made us who we are. Because we can we can do whatever we want and we can say whatever we want. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that we are human beings and we can't get away from the fact of that. A fly is a fly, a bird is a bird, but still they can fly and their world is exactly the same. We have to look that everywhere you go in the world, you will still find a fly. And wherever you go in the world, you'll find a bird. So let's not fool ourselves and say, well, this is just a coincidence. Man create coincidence. Our Father didn't. The Most High did not. He didn't have to guess what he was going to do. He knew exactly, he knew his plan. And when he created us perfect, that we can also give life. We give life and woman give the birth. So we need to be more grateful to Mother Earth, and men need to be more humble to women. Women who don't believe they're women and they want to be like men is totally wrong. Yes, women have a role to play in every single thing, just like the earth. But the earth doesn't pretend to be something what it isn't. It produces. It takes water in. We plant seeds. The earth is working. I know because we were given free will. You would say, well, yes, women have the will to work. And I truly believe that. But at the same time, it's like a man losing his humanity, anyone losing their humanity. A woman need to remain a woman. Doesn't matter what she does, how she behaves, or whatever. She should always remain a woman. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because it just shows you how much people can lose the natural things that God gives to them and yet feel that they're the same. You know, when you look at nature, you can see the beauty in nature. And that's why when we talk about a guy's good looking or a girl's good looking or she's pretty, whatever, this thing is immaterial because it's the inner self that really make you who you are. It's the words that come out your mouth that make you are. It defines you. Now, we as human beings, we use so many things that basically is unnatural. And then we wonder why we get so much diseases and why things are happening the way they do. Now, let's look at the way we are and see. When it rains, we run for cover. If it's too hot, we run for cover. We always try to run away from the fact of the natural things. And we create things that isn't there through our paradigm. And we put these things into our paradigm and we seem to think that basically what we think or what we thought cannot come true. But listen, as I said before, there's people on this earth who move through time and realize that they're moving through time. While the rest of us, we stand around and we stare. And we try to create things that isn't there. You know, you don't need no spaceship to go to Mars or to wherever. You can go there. You don't need to leave and go on holiday. You can go there. Many of us, we go all over the world, but we don't realize. When we look at ourselves as human beings, the more we become more human, we build up a strength, an inner strength within our own paradigm. And that strength, it takes us wherever we want to be. It gives us whatever we want. The problem is, people are innocent in a lot of things. But there's people who write laws and things like this, and they create a false sense of being to human. Because you will always find the people who are searching for power, they have to lose their inhibition. They have to lose their humanity to become powerful. It's like when you see a priest, how humble is he? You look, because he's wearing a collar, you think he's the most godliest, wisest man on this planet? No. Wisdom comes from within. Knowledge comes from within. Every single thing we do comes from within. And when you understand this, even though we're going through this period of time that we're going through, every day you're hearing numbers and numbers and numbers of people dying. But unless that person is connected directly to you, you don't understand. Well, what's happening? It takes the media to drum it home in your brain and then put a fear in you that basically everyone's going to die. But why are we being so afraid? Because the reason why we're so afraid is because we don't really have belief. We don't have belief within ourselves to understand. We're only going through a transition at this period of time. Babies are born. So we all lives on. The world is not based on one person. It's not based on a million. It's not based on trillions of people. The earth is us. The universe is us. And we have to understand that. And we have to learn to live with it. We got to nurture it. We got to take care of Mother Earth, just like she took care of us. All these centuries and centuries that has gone by, she's looked after us. Every time somebody discovers something, they have to dig it out from the earth. The earth preserve it for us to see the truth of our past, so we could build a better future. But instead of that, people are covering it up and trying to create their own. If your past is false, then forever you'll be going in a false direction. That's why I said everyone need to know history. Every human being on this earth need to know history. And those people who are covering history up, they're not human. They're inhuman because they're hiding the truth. We have to learn to trust Mother Earth. We have to learn to trust the universe. The universe didn't create bad for us. We created bad for ourselves because of the things we do. How can you hate yourself? A lot of people do. Because why? Somebody say, oh, you're not slim enough, or you're not tall enough, or you're not pretty enough. And because you don't know yourself, because you don't know your inner self, you think what they're saying to you is true. It's time you let this go. It's time you realize that every single human being on this earth was built with a beauty inside, not about the outside. We're just a shell. Let me give you an instant. Everyone create this thing about color of a rainbow. They create this thing about color of the sun, color of grass, color of this, color of that. Then they took it on humans. But if I was to say to you, once upon a time, they were neither black or white. There was always human. No one never see your color. No one never see how fat you were. No one never noticed if you had good looks. Because so far as they were concerned, they judge you from inside, the deeds that you do. You would laugh at me and you think, oh, load of rubbish. But it was so. And it can be so still. If we took away all the false concept that people are putting before us. I notice the politicians and the media, they're quick to say, oh, something's happening in India, something's happening in Africa, something's happening in the Philippines, something, anywhere there's poor. They like to report and the poverty of what they've, what the, and godly, I would say, are the people with no humanity have done. And they tell you, oh, we're giving humanity aid to this country. They're not doing nothing of the sort. The earth provides everything for its children. If they didn't create the mess and the things what's going on in this country, they wouldn't need to be trying now and saying, oh, we're giving you humanity aid. Yeah? These things, when you look deep within yourself and you ask yourself, how come there's rivers flowing in abundance? How come there's fruits in abundance? And how come there's people starving? Why is men trying to make all these genetic foods and this and that? Why are they trying to create genetic baby? I don't know what they call them, IVF or whatever. Why? If there's mothers and fathers going through problem that basically they cannot bring forth a baby, there's natural help. Don't talk to doctors are good, doctors are wonderful. But sometimes you need to go back to nature. In fact, all the time you need to go back to nature. And nature will give you the answer. Just like the COVID, nature has the answer. Doesn't matter even if they create it in a laboratory. Nature still have the answer. Because at the end of the day, we are nature. And if you put anything false that shouldn't be in us, our body will react. That's why it takes them so long to find a vaccine or whatever they call it. You know? Nature has the answer. I heard that there's a natural remedy. I haven't heard nothing on the news about it. I heard there's a organic drink tonic vaccine they're working on, but nobody is talking about it. Why? I'm not going to be like everybody else and say, oh, because it's done where it's done. Because at the end of the day, on this earth, whatever you need will be in the birthplace of the first humans, because everything was put there purposely for our own use. And the cleverness that we have as human beings, we're not using it the way we should. We're more looking at the financial gains. for everything. And that's where we're letting ourselves down. Because we're not being humans. We're becoming unhuman. And no non-human will inherit this earth. They will drift away. They will fade away. These presidents and all these kings and queens and all these bishops and whatever they call themselves, unless they're human, then they will not last for long. And that's why every time they have to change them. You can see the struggle for power. None of you don't understand. You're not the universe. You're not our father. You're not our mother. How can one family own so many things all over the world, and yet they tell you they believe and they're true, as they call it, Christian, because they love God? Huh? And everyone's singing, praise this. God wouldn't do that, for he loves all his children. He didn't say, I give you water and I leave you with a little bit of water for 2 days or for 3 days. Oh, you have the whole world and everybody else have a little piece. Because what? Why did you go conquer this place, conquer that place? That's not God work. And if you're not working for God, who are you working for? People, open your eyes. Human beings, think naturally. Think of yourself. Think of how you would be as a human. Think, if you love your mother, you love your father, you love your sister, you love your brother, you love your aunt, and you love all your family kids, which extend into the whole world. So every one of us are brothers and every one of us is sisters. Could you destroy them? Could you raise arms against them? Could you see them starving while you're sitting on a throne and living like life so large while everyone is suffering? You're sitting on a horse, driving around and riding around in your big field, but yet everyone keep quiet. And as soon as they open their mouth, everyone stay to attention. But nobody is listening to God. Nobody is listening to the Creator. Huh? You're not even listening to yourself. We as human beings, we need to take a leaf from the trees. And we need to grow freely. The trees only have one master, and one mother. That's the earth, the sky, the air, the wind. All of them, they're free because they have one thing, the Creator. And just like us, we should be that free, with free thoughts. They talk about free speech. Nobody owns my speech. So how come I need someone to tell me you have free speech? Come on. Human beings, that's what we are. The same person who is sitting there with you is a non-human who is telling you about free speech. Because he has no right. He has no right. Your mouth is your mouth, your eye is your eye. We all need to understand. We all need to look within ourselves. When you're looking for answers, look within yourself. If you think that I'm talking rubbish or nonsense, then basically what you need to do is close your eye. Ask for whoever you want. Yeah? Ask for whoever you want and see what you get. Just close your eyes, sit there for 10 minutes. You think and ask for somebody to come and help you. One of your leaders. See if they'll come and help you. Yourself will help you if you get up and do something about it. I've been in so many troubles and whatever. And the only person that helped me is the people who are human beings. A non-human will let you suffer. We cannot be answerable to nobody but ourselves. Whatever you do, you done it. Yes, you could do things and hide. But the universe sees you. But who see you? Who can directly say, yes, you done it? It's yourself. Look into yourself, man. Look into yourself, woman. And every time you stare another person in the face, what is your thoughts? How do you know they're not thinking the same thing you're thinking? And how would you like if that person is cussing you behind your back the same way how you're cussing them? If you like something for somebody, but yet you don't like it for yourself, so it's okay for you to tell someone they're fat. But if you were fat and they told you were fat, you wouldn't like it. This is where we need to learn about ourselves. Don't say things to others that you wouldn't like another to say to you. Don't treat someone bad if you don't like others to treat you bad. We have all these things going on, and we're being pulled left from right by these politicians, by these so-called power-hungry people. But yet they don't know themselves that they're less than humans. They're not humans. Human beings don't do this to another human being. I understand they say, oh, I'm collecting the tax so I can do the roads. I'm trying to do this and do that and do this and do that. Nobody's saying that's wrong. Okay. Nobody's saying that's wrong. But at the end of the day, you should be fair. Not every day or every time you sneak on a little bit on the car tax. Or you sneak on a bit on the poll tax. Or you sneak on a little bit on this. Yeah. And the railway, uh, just for driving on riding on a railway coach. Yeah. Everything you do it sneakily. Because to you, there's no consequences. But that's where you're wrong. Because sooner or later, you will pay for every little thing that you're doing against humans. Every single person, all you power stricken people, you will pay because you have somebody you have to answer to, just like I. But he will have pity on the humans. But the non humans, sorry, unless you change your ways and try to be a better human, or try to get back your humanity, then you will suffer. You know, some people, they're unhuman, and the way they pretend to be human, and they take all of us in like we're idiots. They're telling us, wait for this to drop out the sky. A miracle would happen. This, listen, if you only look within yourself, miracles are happening every day to you, and you don't even see it. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Understand that, people. Understand. You can have your heaven and earth as well. Earth within a earth. You understand? And you will be able to live. This life is nothing that we're living. There's a better life. A way, way better one. This is like our testing ground. And all you people who are striving for power now, you won't even see power. You will never get to the earth and see the glory and the beauty where no one are judged. There is no backbiting. There is no one looking at the color of a man's skin. There is no one looking at if you're pretty or whatever. This is a land that basically only meant for humans. So the wolf shall be separated from the sheep. And therefore, there will be no more killing, no more backbiting. We need to open our eyes, open our heart. And every time when Sunday comes, you should give thanks to the universe. Give thanks to Mother Earth. I strongly believe there is a God. But you see, how can I believe anything from a man who telling me this is good for me, but yet he does the opposite of what is good for me? So I should look upon him and say, I believe in what you believe in because you're going out doing wrongs, yeah? And you're telling me I should do this because this is good for me. And you come to me like you're holier than holy, but yet behind closed door, you're a total different person. No. My heart is pure. My eyes are wide open. My mouth has spoken. My heart beat like a drum. I am a human. I don't need no non-human to tell me about my God. You can't paint no picture and put it in front of me and say you need to worship this. I read from the book that you try to hide and cover, and then you give it and tell me this is truths and rights. My truths and rights come from within me. And if it's written in any book, I will communicate with it, and that book will communicate with me. But it has to be the truth. I cry not even for that. I feel love deep within my soul for my human brothers and sisters all over the world. For everyone from all different race is my brothers and sisters. I cannot weep for the dead because my father children never die. They said, let the dead bury the dead. Because they're dead within themselves. For the man who believe and have faith within the universe and the world and within our Father, he who lives on forever. So dare not, you need not weep. You need not tremble. Just have faith and live the best way you can according to the nature of life and through the spirit of the Father and your ancestors that went before you to the promised land, that they're preparing a place for you at the table. We all need to understand our ancestors are here with us. They never go nowhere. And each day we have been counted for our deeds. The people who pretend that they have your goodwill at heart, they have to be careful because they have no seat. Why is it always the leaders that are betraying the people. Have you ever asked yourself that? Have you ever looked deep within yourself, within your soul, for the answers for so many things? Because you feel that you're blinded, you feel that you're not good enough to find answers. But the answers are there, right inside you. If you look, as they say, if you seek, you will find. The Master don't hide nothing from you. Our Creator don't hide nothing from us. Seek and you will find. Ask and you'll be given. If you only knew the secret of your inner self, if you knew the secret and the love of the Father for you, if you knew how much Mother Nature loves you, if you know how much the earth cries for you every day. The moon shines so bright over all of us, and the sun keeps us warm, help us to grow stronger in the love of our Father. Weep not, children, weep not. There's better days to come. A day that we will all see if we only believe and keep our humanity in check.